I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Zander.
And this summer we're inviting you on a
Bute heritage hunt.
We hope you enjoyed last week's film all about Guildford Square.
Thanks again to everyone who has watched and joined in our challenges so far.
This is our last topic for the summer.
But we will be back next week to round off the series for this year.
So if you want to become an official Bute Heritage Hunter, send your challenge answers in to us now. You've got a week left to do it. So far, we've looked at some historic buildings in episode 1.
And told the story of a familiar place in episode 2.
This week, we're answering a question about something quite different.
Something that was put up to remember a huge contribution to Victorian life on Rossi and Bute.
Is it the ice cream cone outside of Zaffaroni's cafe?
No, it's this statue. Anyone who had walked along the pond will have noticed this statue.
But only a few people stopped to look at the inscription to find out who it is.
And even less people know why it's here.
The statue is of Alexander Bannatyne Stewart.
And his story shows how strong the Victorian links between Bute and Glasgow were.
Alexander Bannatyne Stewart was born in 1836 into a family of Glasgow merchants.
His father, Robert Buchanan Stewart, was born in Rossi in 1793 and is said to have joined Nelson's Navy at a young age.
On his return in about 1820, he moved to Glasgow and opened a drapery, along with his business partner John MacDonald, in 1826.
The business grew rapidly, and by the time Alexander was born, it was well established in Glasgow and the surrounding area. Alexander first worked in the warehouse before joining his father and older brother as a partner in the firm in 1866.
Over the next 30 years, the firm expanded worldwide, with branches as far afield as Canada, South Africa, and Australia by 1900.
The original business premises were expanded and rebuilt and expanded again.
The building stands at the junction of Buchanan Street and Argyle Street in Glasgow and can still be seen today.
The family home in Bute was Ascot Hall and was bought by his father in 1856.
Alexander was a yearly visitor to Bute. In 1870, he built the fernery and gardens to indulge his passion for botany, especially for growing ferns and orchids.
He was also well known for giving large sums of money to local causes and charities in Bute.
His father's first wife and their 6 children had all sadly died within a year of each other between 1831 and 1832. Perhaps that's why his father, Alexander, and his brother built the first fever hospital here on Bute, which we know today as the Rossi Victoria Hospital Annex. As we talked about in episode 1, Alexander paid for the building of the Stewart Baths as a gift to the town. He also pushed for the building of the aquarium and the esplanade.
He was very involved in everything to do with sailing on Bute and had owned a large steam yacht from which fireworks were launched at the end of the yearly regattas.
He died in 1880 in London, and on the news of his death, flags were flown at half-mast, both here in Rossi and in Glasgow.
His statue was originally erected here in 1884 before being moved to its present location in the mid-20th century.
So that's the story of the only outside statue on Bute.
This week is our final challenge and the last chance for you to get a unique Bute Heritage Hunter badge.
We want you to visit the statue and send us pictures from as many different angles as possible.
We'll be using these to try and construct a special 3D online model.
So, get photographing and we'll
See you next week. Welcome to the Zander Files. The estate of Ashcog was originally gifted to the Glass family by Robert Bruce in 1312. Alexander Stewart commissioned Edward Latrobe Beatman to build the Ashcog Finery and Gardens. One of the funds at Ashcog is thought to be over 1,000 years old. Ashcog is an Old Norse place name meaning Ash Bay.